Hi everyone, so today we are here at the ST Bocconi Asia Center. We'll be talking to the managing director, who's Mr. Alessandro, to understand this management and leadership philosophy and the MBA program at ST Bocconi. Hi sir, welcome on.
Hi, thank you.
And it's a pleasure to talk to you this morning.
Very happy to be here.
Now, can you talk a bit on the MBA program of ST Bocconi Asia Center to India? How differently it's been structured from the other contemporary business schools that we have in India?
So in terms of hard skills, in terms of core academics, it's based on our Masters of Management in Milan, which is ranked number 6 in the world, so a top program in terms of academics. For India, we adapted it in a few different ways. First of all, we had to raise the bar in quants because Indians were too strong in quants. So we really raised the bar there. We put more hours, more class hours on soft subjects where Indian students needed some more training. So when we talk about the HR, strategy, marketing, we've added hours, we've added the advanced courses because they were needed. Then we took care of a few other aspects. The global exposure, for sure, it comes with being an international school, but not only. We still have today 85% of our faculty, teaching faculty, comes from our main campus, and it's from 10, 12 different countries of origin. So a very diverse background. And we do get students from abroad here. Right now we have the Global MBA from Copenhagen, for example. But we have a lot of schools coming here and students from Bocconi. Our students go abroad compulsory for 1 semester, which again is a big exposure. So this is for a global exposure. Another thing that we addressed that is very dear to Bocconi, to our DNA, is the corporate connect. So that's why we chose Powai. At Powai we have some 50 MNCs and Indian conglomerates at working distance, and we keep on exchanging on research, on live projects, and so on. And then soft skills. Soft skills is something that we focus since the pre-beginning. So when we select student, when we say we're a profile-based school since the beginning, so yes, we look at the grades, we look at the entrance test, but a lot on the extracurricular activities and on the personal interview. There, the personal interview is targeted to assess the soft skills level or the potential of developing the soft skills in the students. That then are really looked after during the 2 years with us with a lot of extracurricular activities, events, we do a lot of external events to boost these soft skills.
So, now let's talk about the admission process. On a very general level, what does ST Bocconi looks at in the category? And how different is the admission process with respect to the contemporary business schools that we have? There are a set of business schools who will eliminate the students on the level of the academics or the performance that they give an examination, which does not even give them a chance to possibly prove that they could be better than other students, could be certain other aspects. So I'm sure you look at the holistically look at the perspective from the student side, right?
Absolutely, yes. It's a lot of work at the beginning for the funneling, because for sure grades are fundamental. We are ranked number 1 in Europe, so we are a top business school, number 6 in the world, our MBA. So we are top schools in academics. So a certain level of not only average but consistency in 10-12 graduation is important. Like a certain level in the entrance test, whichever the test is important. But we always say we don't have a cutoff, because if I get someone that has been Indian champion of a sport for the last 10 years, I don't expect him to have a 98% as an average, okay? But if this guy has come out with a good average and performing at that level, he shows some kind of commitment, strategy, everything that is beyond any other. So we try to look at the holistic, at the whole profile. That's why I always tell students when they do the application to speak with our admission team because we don't want to see, I don't want to see 2 pages of extracurricular activities that are meaningless. But if you have one that is important, just write that one so that quickly we can see, there is something in this profile. So that's when we bring the student to the interview. In the interview, we understand if the level of academic performance is good enough, and also if that extracurricular activity is sincere enough.
So, do you personally take interviews also?
I do take hundreds of interviews every year. For me, the selection of the right students in this sense, in the soft science sense, is extremely important.
So now we'll take one of those questions which usually students keep it on a very high priority, which is a placement.
I would have told you first.
So, and at the same time, so there are a couple of things which I would want to decide. One, obviously, is the statistics, the profile of the companies, the nature of the jobs which is being offered here, on the strict perspective of the placements, or rather the career outcomes, obviously.
Right. So, yes, there is in some students this great concept, because we are an Italian business school, we do get requests also for design. And say we are a business school, we are not a design school. Okay, because we are Italian, it's design, fashion, and marketing. But in the end, while marketing is very important in terms of specialization, number of students that go for that, consulting, for example, is as much important as marketing. And we have the best placement in consulting. I must tell you, it's becoming really our strongest area, with the Big Four recruiting on campus from us, but also a lot of smaller boutique consulting companies, which is even very specific HR consulting, finance consulting, luxury consulting, and so on. So consulting is something very strong that, together with marketing, is the big bunch of placements. And then we have a bit of everything: operations, finance, a few investment banks, and the usual things. So in terms of companies, we get all the big brands, MNCs and Indians. Job is something that where we try to put a lot of attention to get. I always tell our students, is not only the package that you have to look at, it's also the kind of job in the perspective of career. So it has to be a job where at the beginning you learn a lot, and then it gives you a very strong career. A job where always look at the boss you're joining, okay, because that will be your best teacher for the start of the career. We try to match that, which goes also matching the culture of the company with the culture of the student. There are typically students that look for an MNC job because they like structure, the big structure. There are others that look for startups because they have a more entrepreneurship and more growth, risk-oriented profile, while we have the average in permanence in the first job is 2-3 times more than the Indian average of 8 months. Okay, because we really try to make a big effort in matching these expectations. In terms of salary, we are growing every year. For sure, while we are number 1 in Europe and 6 in the world, in India there are 5,000 business schools, so we had to make our space in this. And we have been entering not very high 12 years back, but we've been increasing 10, 15, 20% average every year, especially the last few years. As of now, we are around 14.5 lakhs, but with the top 50% above 17. And we are growing even this year. That is not an easy year because all the ITs are freezing. We are well above the average of last year. The percentage of placed students is slightly higher than last year, and the average salary is well above the one of last year. So we know that placement is important for the students. So we take a lot of attention to it. I was a full team that works only on that. And again, not just on numbers, but on quality of placement. And to give you an input that is very important, I think that how our teaching is important and goes beyond the package of placement. We, by law, since we are we deliver a European master, okay? Master from SD Bocconi School of Management, Milan. So we are part of the European system. We are obliged to have a survey that they do from Europe, a survey of the salary at placement, and then the salary 1 year after placement. 2-3 years back at placement we were 11.3, and after 1 year our students were at 17. So that tells you how the preparation and the increase of the career is very steep.
So I'm sure you look at the long-term perspective of the career, not just the immediate packages.
Exactly.
Right?
Media package is important, I know, and we're growing year on year. But for us, it's the career that they're getting into. And for that, we're number 10 in the world for number of global CEOs in our alumni.
So amazing, sir. So thank you for all the inputs that you've shared with us.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.